What's going on, everybody? Ed0626 bringing you some Battlefield 1 Team Deathmatch gameplay here on Foul Fortress. And goddamn it, there's a lot of things I liked about Battlefield 1, but this was not one of them. I absolutely hated Foul Fortress as a map, especially for TDM. Conquest, it was, it was okay. But this game, or TDM on Foul Fortress is abysmal. Probably one of my least favorite TDM maps in the game, just because I absolutely hate maneuvering around this castle. It's so annoying, and it is what it is. But hope you guys enjoy that in the background. I started out with the Mondragon Storm, and then it ended up going to the fast-firing SMG Sentry, which I was able to keep for pretty much the whole duration of the game. And I'll let you guys know what happens as that goes on, because once I get the Sentry, there's a couple of really close calls and a couple of really sick moments I want to point out in the game. But as we do that, I also want to talk about another thing that's been on my mind. And obviously you all know that I'm not the happiest with Battlefield 5 and how that was handled and how it's no longer going to be supported. I made my rant video on that. You can go back and watch it, or I can link it somewhere in the video. But I was not happy, and I'm still not happy about it. But if there's any solace to Battlefield 5 basically dying, it's the fact that this gives the Battlefield community good reason to support, past Battlefield games from the last 6, 7, 8 years. Specifically, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4. Now, Battlefield 1, I may have my issues with the game. I mentioned that in a video prior a long time ago. I've had my issues with Battlefield 1, and they're more or less, the same as much of the communities, but at the same time, this was still probably one of the most fun Battlefield games to ever been released. I had ridiculous amounts of fun playing this game. There are very few games I've actually tried to, level up and try and get max level on, and Battlefield 1 is one of them. Unfortunately, in North America on console, I'm not sure what it's like on PC, but servers on Battlefield 1 are very seldomly found, at least official ones, and especially ones with DLC, which I kind of blame myself for because I got the premium expecting great content, and I did get great content, but at the same time, not everyone bought premium. So obviously my servers are going to be a little bit more seldom found because I'm split off from the majority of the player base, I would think. At least that's how it works in some other games. I'm not sure if Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 has that issue, but at the same time, I would hope that people create servers and buy servers and don't really change the rules on them too much, because if it's one thing I can't stand about custom servers, it's people that try and, what I would say, ban fun. Like, take away certain aspects of the game that would make the game better for the player. Now, explosives ban, if they want to take off explosives, I completely understand that. And as you can see, that was one of the first of the many close calls that my buddy Dr. Pimpenstein saved my ass from. So I was nearly dead there, and that would have been really bad if I had died. But yeah, so please buy more servers for Battlefield 1. I would too. I mean, I would hope once this pandemic is over, people are more inclined to spend some money when they're available to do it. I wish I could. I don't have enough money. I don't have all the money in the world. If I was a millionaire, fuck, I'd make a server for forever for people to enjoy, and I wouldn't really touch too much on it. I hate custom servers that are all like, certain guns or certain no mini map or whatever. Like, I hate shit like that. I really do. Same thing with Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is a game I specifically on Twitter asked people to keep supporting, because I want it to be known to DICE and EA that the next Battlefield game, whether it's called Battlefield 6 or whatever, but maybe even a Bad Company 3S game, I would hope that the message gets across by the player base on Battlefield 4 that that's a game that we want to play. As much as I loved Battlefield 1 and as much as I enjoyed at times Battlefield 5, I'm kind of over the whole past warfare Battlefield games. Mostly because if they're not, and this is specifically for Battlefield 5, if they're not going to get the atmosphere of the game right, they shouldn't do it at all. and I mentioned this before, Battlefield 5 was touted as a game, as like a, oh, here's a fucking close call right there, as I absolutely destroyed that guy, and he deserves to get teabagged. But Battlefield 5 was a game that was touted to be, you know, World War II like you've never seen it before, blah, blah, blah. And they sort of touched on that in the war stories with aspects that were like, oh yeah, here's a not-so-known war story that people might enjoy, which really people did not enjoy until The Last Tiger came out. But in all honesty, I really... And the fact that they kept putting out maps for more or less the same regions of the world that really weren't all that great. I mean, until the Pacific happened, it didn't... Or the Pacific was released, I should say. But Battlefield 5 didn't really feel like World War II. It just felt like a World War II setting game within a bunch of really shitty maps. And again, it wasn't until the Pacific that it really felt like a World War II game. And it would have continued to feel like a World War II game if they just put the fucking Eastern Front in. And god damn it, they didn't do it. I'm pissed about it to this day. This has been a couple weeks, if not a month or so, removed from this news, and I am just still livid over the fact that we'll never get the Eastern Front. But aside from that, atmosphere-wise, Battlefield 1 gets it hands down. If you want a proper AAA experience in World War 1, aside from Verdun, which isn't even a AAA title, but it's still a World War 1 game, you know, try the game out, you know, or keep playing the game, keep supporting Battlefield 1. Battlefield 4, you know, again, I want it to be known that the next Battlefield game should be modern. And I think by us continuing to support games like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, I hope to God that DICE gets the message that this is the game that we want to play. And of course, some YouTubers in the game probably want that too. I'm pretty sure most people want a new modern Battlefield game. The possibilities are endless. They really are. And I would love to just... And I still play Battlefield 4. I haven't played Battlefield 4 in months. Ever since the whole deal with Battlefield 5, I've been playing Battlefield 4 much more. And I have just as much fun as I did way back in 2016 when Battlefield 4 more or less saved my love for first-person shooters because Black Ops 3 at the time had pretty much killed it for me. So I always have a deep connection with Battlefield 4, and no matter how frustrated I may get with the game, it's still a game that I love, and I owe, because it really helped me in my YouTube career. It helped me in my it really helped me as a person, and it made me feel better, you know, after all the shit that was going down. And I don't know how the fuck I survived that bayonet charge. I think one of my buddies saved my ass there. But anyway, guys, the moral of the story, as much as I've rambled on throughout the last, you know, 8.5 minutes or so, is just support past Battlefield titles. If support a Battlefield title that feels complete. Support Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Battlefield 1. And hell, I'll even say Battlefield Hardline, because Battlefield Hardline's a more complete game and a more immersive game when it comes to cops and robbers than fucking anything Battlefield 5 did. And I have no interest in getting Battlefield Hardline, but I'm just telling you guys, like, if that's your type of game that you enjoy, by all means, play that too. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about today, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and follow all my buddies that were in this gameplay with me. That being said, have a great day, and peace out.